This ain't no joke, this ain't no game. This that CSZ game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55, what's goody? Kill the vibe, how could he? Big Cardinal on the hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast. The mother shows spread fake news. We just call them broadcast. West, Joey, Sam, Shawn, Dante. And you know that boy Higgy. He said he don't want no small fries. Tell them they better make them biggie. Yeah, you already know what we be on. We got the crown, we hold the throne. We throw the mails and you take them home. When they ring the bells, you know that it's home. The bar set, we setting the tone. If we set it, then set it in stone. Sit in the seat, set up your phone. You in the Cardinal sports zone.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. Wait a minute, though, for a second. We'll try to shoot this link to my guy, see if he's going to join us tonight or not. You know, sometimes when you accomplish special feats, you got to bring some people on here with you. Okay. Coming to you live from the Fitness Market Studios North. This is the award-winning Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Wahman. Here in studio and not from his bathroom, it is Shawn Barber.
How's it going? Pretty
much the backbone of the website. And coming to us virtually, it is our guy. We've got to come up. It's Cody number 2. He's number 2 now.
Always will be.
Super literate. Super. His words are never slurred. You know what? It's our guy Cody. Oh, I mean Higgy. No, you know what? Should we call? Which one should we call him?
Ooh,
I'm so confused. We got a new Cody this week. We traded it.
We gotta go
Higgy. Yeah. Let's go. It's our guy Higgy. Higgy, what's up, man?
What's good, everybody?
Oh God. Yeah. He's already run the show. We'll just say goodbye. I'm just kidding. Gonna have a good night tonight. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. What's up, TJ? What's up, Steve? What's up, Peggy? What's up, Robbie? Yeah, I'll get to the chat line here in a minute. I got to do my opening spiel as it is. Chat line's obviously open and blowing off the hinges as usual. If you'd like to support the website, you can do that at any of the sites that you see underneath my microphone. And if you want to follow the website on any of our social medias, it's underneath Shawn's weird angled. Right. Don't do that again. Right there. Make sure though, while you're listening to the show, shout us out on Twitter. Don't forget to hit that like button. We're just gonna have a great. What's up, Steven? My guy Steven. Gonna have a good time tonight. Gonna talk about a lot of things from this week. The first thing I want to do, first sport I want to talk about real quick. You know what? Before we hit that first sport, let's go to the chat line. James Gartland says, "What's up, Cardination?" JB, what up, 55? Steph Easton, Cardination. Bubba Ray, Yo, Welch, go Cards. What's good, 55 and crew from Wesley? What's good? Fabian says, "What's going on?" Corey says, "What's good?" 55 and family. Robbie says we got a lot. He agrees with me. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Corey. Scuba C says, "What's up, Jeremy and Shawn only?" Vaughn, he didn't say that. Vaughn 502, what's up? Corey says, "What's up, Higgy and Shawn/Trevor?" Is it football season yet? Says Jacob Tabor. Man, I wish it was. Allie Jack, howdy. Man, my guy or girl, I'm not really sure. They've never specified, but it's a site favorite. It's Average Honky. Texas fans were giving Coach Denny a bit of grief last night. Some are almost bad as the Tennessee football fans. Well, they can go hook themselves. Ariel Holt, good evening, good people. How did the weekend go for football with the visitors? We'll get to that. Eric Gatt, my dude, EG, what's good? Yoda, what's good? Andrew about to show Coach is about to show he isn't just about passing. Defense is going to be legit. Allie says that he's a guy. Okay. Well, I have a couple of friends. I can't see these little pictures, I know y'all probably think I can see those. I can't see those. And I have a couple of female friends named Allie, so I didn't know. So glad we clarified that. Don't know why it's taken us 100 and something episodes to do that. Walter, Atlanta in the house, and John Bowman says defense is getting better by the minute. Yeah, we'll talk about this huge recruiting weekend, and we got a little top secret information before the show started. I don't know if I'm going to exactly talk about it. Tom Jeffries, the honorary Oos. What's good? Raymond Riggle is watching. What's up, Ray? Sorry, Shawn can't hit on Allie. And his daughter is out. So that's a valid concern.
Uneffing believable.
No, it's pretty believable, Shawn. So you know what? A lot of people probably tuned into the show and are expecting us to go just like immediately into the football weekend or basketball. But I want to put a spotlight on the volleyball team. First off, Danny Busboom Kelly. We're not worthy. First women's coach ever to make the NCAA final. First ACC team to make the NCAA final. The match, and I know a lot of people are like, man, we got whooped. We were down. Look, I don't know how much y'all watch volleyball, but to me, when we were down 2-0, we still had plenty of volleyball to go. We've won many a match this season, down 2-0. So that didn't bother me. And then we played such a good third set. We just didn't capitalize on their mistakes. We had them dead to rights at 24-23 and committed a violation. That's one thing I will say. They caught a bunch of bull crap on us that they didn't call on Texas last night. But it did take us a little bit too long to get going. Texas got a lot of calls. We could not cash in on the set 3 mistakes, but we got nothing but love for DBK and company. I know our guy Dalton Pence penned an amazing letter, a thank you letter to the volleyball team, which I feel like it echoes all of our thoughts in a legible and audible way. Higgy, how this season has made us feel. Shawn, I'll go to you first. The past 2 volleyball, we had an undefeated regular season last year, and this year we're playing in the national championship. That's not something you see very often. I don't know how long you've been a women's volleyball fan. I've been a women's volleyball fan since about 2005. I told a little bit of the story last night on Twitter, but when I went back to UofL to finish my degree up in 2004, the 04-05 basketball season, Terrence, he was dating a volleyball player. A couple of other basketball players were dating volleyball. So when we were up on campus and we didn't have anything to do, we went and watched the volleyball games, and it was one of the most fun. Like I had to almost slap myself, like, man, I didn't know this was this good and this fun, and I've been a huge fan ever since. I mean, those teams that I watched from 05 to 08, Jennifer Hoffman, winner of the Amazing Race a couple of years ago, was on there. Katie George, ACC Network goddess, on there. Lena Ustamenko, probably the greatest player we've ever had in the history of our program, was on that team. And man, it was just such a fun thing to watch. So, and as good as those teams were, we didn't make it to the Final Four. We didn't make it to the title game. So that's why I kind of, even though I think that I've seen better teams, even than the one last year, I've seen better teams than them. The results don't lie. They went undefeated in the regular season. And then this year's team, even though I can go back and think back to those 05 to 08 teams and be like, this team was better. They just didn't have the same. Well, they weren't an ACC team either, and the ACC affords you much better competition. So what were your feelings about? I'm sorry I cut you. I didn't really cut you off. I just didn't shut up so you could answer.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I wasn't into it as much as you were back in the day. I got into it kind of when Katie George came in. I started watching a little bit or listening or keeping up with it. I still don't understand all the rules, but I'll say this. The one thing about this team,
there's a lot of things you don't understand the rules about.
That's true. This team, it was special because they never quit. Even in that third set last night, they never quit. They made Texas have to win that third set. And even I believe it was the second set. I believe it was the first set. 1-2, they actually, Texas, once again, they pushed Texas. Texas had to take it from them. It wasn't
the first set, I believe.
Yeah. It wasn't like Texas just walked all over us with the exception of the second set.
It felt like it honestly, the whole game, it felt like until the third set, those first two sets just felt like they were punching on us at will.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, you just got to give them credit. But this team, the heart they showed, the resilience they showed. I mean, they were down in the Elite Eight to Oregon and came back to win in 5 sets. I thought then we were going to win the whole thing. I just didn't realize that Texas was that good.
Well, I didn't know they had like 8 transfers. Anytime you have like the best player from 8 different teams.
Yeah, they took the best player off the team that beat them in the final.
Right. A couple seasons ago. So, it's and then when we I have, been watching volleyball for how many years now? Did I say almost 20? Never seen a 15-2 fifth set in my life until the Final Four. That was the most dominating fifth set I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I've never even seen one like 15-9. I've never even seen a single digit. And for us to have held them to just 2, and I think one of them was the service error on our part. It was just amazing. Scuba Steve, congrats to the volleyball team. Ville to Ville volleyball team has been amazing to watch. They should be very proud, resilient. Steve said, has Marcus stopped crying from laughter after his show last night to listening to Strebel's Smurfette's post game? I don't know. I don't listen to anything that has to do with the Smurf turds. Eric, guys, absolutely great run by the volleyball team. And the Courier Journal goes out. I saw that. The Courier Journal's disgusting. They kept Tim Sullivan on payroll for that guy single-handedly ruined multiple people's careers. TJ says volleyball just couldn't catch a break last night. GW got back from Omaha this afternoon. Memorable trip. Program is in great hands. our honky says Texas was just a better team. They had super seniors on that team. Props to them. Master Yoda, Texas was good though. Got to give them credit, but so proud of our volleyball team. Robbie Dell says it's the first time I saw the ladies volleyball team get outmatched. Texas more physical and dominating. And even to that, I would say, had we played in the first two sets the way we did the third set, that's a whole different ball game last night. I don't know if we were intimidated, if we were nervous. I mean, first, the pressure to bring home the first national championship, team national championship since 2013, it happened. And the fact these last 2 years, they have been the bright and shining spot through a bunch of muck and despair and clouds. I mean, with the football program not doing so well last year, the basketball program not doing too well last year, and even this year, the slow start in basketball and the slow start in football and the black cloud in basketball, like they have been our star in the sky. So we appreciate all of them. GW says that Texas's head coach would not shake Danny's hand after the game. Well, he's a douche. Robbie Dell says the player of the year for Texas showed why. It's that simple. Scuba Steve says the volleyball teams gave 110% effort all year. Exactly. Texas was stacked with the cream of the crop. Good thing DeBeer comes back next year. 11 transfers total on Texas. Thanks,
Good
Rich.
God.
Fabian, did anyone else see that bull crap? Yeah, we saw that. Bubba says, get someone who looks at you the way Shawn looks at Jeremy. Shut up. When you can talk to people without using a step stool, then we'll talk. Eggleston, oh my God, that's the one that set up on the top, and just every time a ball came her way, I was just like, point Texas. She just smashed it. She was the Roman Reigns of Texas last night. She smashed it.
Was she the MOP?
Maybe. I don't know. Texas blocking at the net looked like it surprised us. Volleyball team made back-to-back Final Fours. Awesome. And yeah, so Uncle Larry watching. What's up, Uncle Larry? So yeah,
Twitter. He won the Twitter.
Yeah, Uncle Larry, congrats. This year, the 2022 most valuable, the MVT, the most valuable tweeter. Yeah, okay, so she was the player of the year. So hit the like button. Most outstanding player of the tournament and player of the year. Okay. So, I mean, she was just a boss. And I don't know who she played for before. That's not the one that played in the last.
No, I think no, she I think is a Texas original. I think she's been there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't want Danny Busboom Kelly to leave ever. She I only remember a couple of coaches, and I know that I don't remember who coaches before Danny, but
Ann Cordes.
So yeah, because Ann was on. So back in 2004, our great volleyball, and we've been so lucky to have great volleyball coaches here. Leonard Yellen, amazing coach, and Ann Cordes was on his staff, and I got to know her back then because we were also tight with volleyball players and coaches and stuff. And just an amazing person. And then Danny took over, and she just ran it out of the building. And I just hope it's just so unusual for a team to make it twice in a row to the Final Four in volleyball. Well, except for the Blue Bloods. I mean, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Nebraska, just to name a few. Like when I Texas, when I started watching volleyball, it was the same 3 or 4 teams every year, or one of 3 or 4 teams every year that won it. So, glad to see some parity here, but I hope that we get another shot. If she can recruit these transfers at the level, and I know in basketball and football those don't work out the same way. In volleyball, Texas showed you this year what grabbing a bunch of transfers can do for you. So shout out to the volleyball team. If you haven't read Dalton's letter to the volleyball team, go to cardinalsportszone.com, scroll down, you'll find it there. And he does those after the seasons for most of the programs. So make sure you check it out. Awesome article there. Higgy, what about you? What were your feelings, I guess, on the season for volleyball? And I think out of everybody, the only star we're losing is Claire Chassé and maybe Amaya Tillman. I don't remember.
Yeah, we're losing Tillman as well.
We're only losing 4 people off the team. So as long as Danny can reload at those 2 positions, we should be sitting pretty next year. But what did I'm trying to ask you a different question that I asked Shawn. How did women's volleyball the past 2 seasons help take your mind off of all the negativity that was going on?
I think it took it off a great load more than anything else, and I've been thankful for the opportunity of catching in with my wife now and stuff. She loves volleyball, so I was not introduced to it until I met her. So I'm getting to see different ways that we've played the last few seasons. Been great. It's united this fan base, united the city. It's made us have a second sport other than the main sports and stuff. So I've been grateful for that. It's also brought unity around us more than anything. But one other person we're losing that's going to be a big loss next season too is our setter from US. I'm trying to remember her name. Raquel, I forget her last name.
Lazaro.
She's going to be a big loss next year as well. So we'll see what happens. I have faith in Coach Kelly to get these transfers, and we'll see what she gets. There's a couple names already out there, but we'll see what happens.
And thank you for that. A long wait now. Texas wasn't the runner-up last year I think they did a shortened COVID season last year, but last year's so we made the Final Four during the spring last year. Or no, fall, like we did this year. I want to say in 2020 they did 2 seasons. Is that the one where the Smurf Turds beat Texas in it? Last year's national championship was Wisconsin and Nebraska because Nebraska beat us 3-2.
Actually, no, Wisconsin beat us. It was
It was Wisconsin last year.
That's what I meant. Wisconsin beat us.
I mean, they're all rigged.
And then Nebraska beat Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh was in the Final Four for the second straight year.
Wow.
As well. So Texas didn't win it 2 years or didn't finish. Let's see, where somebody said Texas was the runner-up last year. They weren't, but they were the runner-up 2 seasons ago. They put that odd COVID because they did do a fall and then a spring one year.
I think it might have been the year the year before.
Right, I believe so too. Second is still a heck of a season. Bubba says national runner-up. Oh, absolutely. Still a good season. Steve said we won the national championship on looks.
Uneffing believable.
Calm down, Steve. Robbie says baseball, volleyball, women's basketball these past few years. Great to be a Cardinal. No, for sure. And that's just a couple of other sports. I'm glad you brought up baseball. I started watching baseball when I was up there in 04-05. That was the year that we beat Oklahoma State like 20-2 or something. We beat the piss out of them to go to our first College World Series. So that was either 04 or 05. I don't remember which one for sure, but just some amazing. We have amazing programs, and the leadership in all of them I fully trust in and believe in. Daniel Spencer says, do we by the way, really quickly, we recorded our year-end awards show for Ringside Podcast. Those of y'all that watch wrestling know that I co-host along with Daniel and Miss Linda Kay. We do a wrestling podcast called Ringside Podcast. I mentioned it to you almost every episode because y'all bring up wrestling almost every episode. So we did our year-end awards video podcast. Make sure you go to ringsidepodcast.com or go to any of the podcast avenues that you're subscribed to us on, and make sure you subscribe to Ringside Podcast. And also, if you disagree with any of our picks, give us your picks for the categories we had. Did a 2-hour show. Didn't feel like 2 hours. It was awesome. Daniel does a great job with those categories. I mean, I think that was our 6th one we've done. This will be season 7 coming up in January. Freaking, it is
uneffing believable.
Wait a minute. Who's joining the show? Joey!
What up?
What's up?
Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's loud in this warehouse.
Gotcha. Joey taking some time off work. But make sure if you're not subscribed to the Ringside Podcast, hey, Joey's a manager. Joey's a boss. So he can do whatever he wants to.
Do what I want. Is Shawn using that little phone holder?
Yeah, it's still not really tall enough to catch him. That's why you can see his nose.
It's better than it was.
Absolutely. But you can subscribe. Like I said, you can subscribe to Ringside Podcast on any of the podcast avenues, over 120 and all that you subscribe to us on. At the Twitter is at Ringside Podcast. Make sure you check it out. Again, it's a 2-hour episode. Feel free to tweet us back with your picks for the categories. It's well worth listening. We welcome back to our old friend Eric Cornish into the show. And we had a great time, even though his computer crashed at the end. Daniel does ask, though, do we beat Lipscomb this Thursday? He thinks we do. I think we do. No, Wisconsin did not beat Texas last year, Robbie. Wisconsin beat, who did I say? Nebraska. Kentucky beat Texas the year before. That's who they beat for the championship.
He made you say Kentucky. He made me say
I think hit-headed dude, Allie says. Oh, Robbie says you're right. Okay, sorry. Tuned in at the gym slightly late. Hey, you're never too late to tune in. And by the way, speaking of the gym, I want to throw this in here real quick. I had, and this is just me letting you all know this. I don't get paid by this company. Along the past 6 weeks, I have restarted my weight loss journey. I'm a couple pounds down from my, just a couple pounds away from my December 31st goal. And I've been doing that at Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is a great place. It's not like when you go to the Y, and I don't have anything against the Y, but you go to the Y, I remember when me and Steve used to hit the wild all the time. There were people like recording you, making fun of people. I mean, people making fun of. There's no judgment. There's no judgment. It's a judgment-free zone.
Judgment-free zone.
That's a Christian organization. What's going on there?
It's supposed to be. Well, there are a lot of fat people there that needed to be made fun of. No, I'm just kidding. I was one of them. Judgment-free zone, and Joey, I think
that's where I go.
I know that's where you go, but it's like $24.95, and not only do you get to work at. Now they have a $10 plan, but you don't get to use any of the frills. You can, but for $24.95 a month, it's the Planet Fitness Black Card. You can work out in the gym, amazing gym. You can use the suntan machine. They've got they've got some sort of laser muscle machine that after you're done working out, you can hop in the little bubble and it shoots lasers into your body to relax your muscles. It's pretty freaking cool. And they got a hydro massage chair there.
I used that when I was,
I'm sure you did that. That's
you
why
laid on your stomach.
That's why Shawn's clothes were wet when he left.
He laid on his stomach. What a wiener.
They've got massage chairs, hydro massage. They got it all. So, again, not a sponsor, but $24.95, I think it is. And the best part about it, like I said, you can bring a different guest with you every time you come in for the $24.95. So let's say, Shawn, you don't look like you have any money half the time. You look like a hobo.
That's why I have money.
That's why you have money. Okay, Daniel Bryan. Let's say you don't want to spend money on the gym. Well, you just ask me or Joey, can you go to the gym with us? And every time you can be somebody different. The only thing you can't do is you can only use the machines and stuff. You can't go use the hydro massage chair or any of that. So it's a pretty good deal. And normally I don't talk that long about non-sponsors, but Rick Cooper and the gang.
Me $5 a month because of work. So it's even better.
So Joey gets even better discount than most. Not than me, but than most. Shout out to Rick Cooper and the gang up there. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate the culture. You know, we hear a lot about culture in Louisville athletics. We appreciate the culture that you're pushing up there. And I'll continue to go there, and I'll keep y'all updated on my weight loss. But yeah, Aaron, tune in at the gym. And
I go to the one that you have to dodge bullets.
Oh my God.
Joey goes to the one in Jefferson Mall. I'll go to the one in Shepherdsville because
that's part of my cardio, though.
It's Average Honky. Do you disagree with any pick? 1-on-1 Hell in the Cell match against 55. Look, you can do that if you want. I wouldn't advise that. You can hop in the cell with me. I've been in it at WrestleMania Access. I was also in the Elimination Chamber. That thing is massive. But sure, go ahead. Thanks for the shout out. I mean, it's our show. I shout us out all the time, Brody. Steve says it's loud in this whorehouse. No, the warehouse.
Trust me, warehouse.
If Joey was at a whorehouse, he would not be logged into the show right now. Neither
would Shawn.
Neither would Shawn. Bill DeVille wants to know where he can get one of those flags.
It's a virtual flag, bro.
It's a virtual flag. Joey coming on is fire. Yeah, he's working, man, and doing it. Oh, Daniel says the 2022 Ringside Review will be live tomorrow, so subscribe on any of your favorite podcast apps so you don't miss an episode. You're right, it is loud in there. Andrew says, I say we win 4 in a row. F the Wild. Cardinal says, yo. Steph says the women's sports have done a phenomenal job. Bubba Ray shouting Joe from the top of his little lungs.
That's right.
Fabian, hey, guys, in your opinion, what has changed with men's basketball? We'll talk about men's basketball in a second. Sounds like Brom is going to keep Branch. Any word on Ivy? Brom doesn't have anything to do with Deion Branch. We'll talk about it because Deion's hired by the university, but I talked to Deion this morning, and I'll let you know that in a little bit. And no, I don't have any word on Ivy. If it's what I was told at the very beginning, Josh Hurd wanted to make sure that all of the Satterfield hires were gone. Mm-hmm. But then there was a social media push to keep them on, and things like that can change situations. So we'll see. Bubba says Shawn and Higgy are smaller, so Joey being on is a blessing. Aaron Walker says I'm at Planet Fitness. I have the black card, so when I travel, I can go to any location. I love it. He says he wishes their weights were heavier. I'm about to graduate from the 75-pound dumbbells. Let's go. Scuba Steve says Joey's background is fire. Jeff Les says I'm just glad we can feel good about Louisville sports. Rito, my bad, I'm late. So
that sound like Wes. Yeah.
Ville found that flag on Amazon. He ordered it.
It's similar. It doesn't have the white stars, but it's pretty close. It doesn't have the white stars. It's got the let's see here.
We're doing a home shopping network.
Yeah, the Cardinal's a little bit different, but yeah, it's pretty close. It's still pimp.
Average Honky says Planet Fitness is good. Wish they had a few more free weights. Not a big fan of the Smiths machines.
No, me either.
David Adams says we're the best show going. We appreciate that, David. And Eric Gaddis says Keontae Goodwin to Louisville. Oh, Ville found one with the white stars.
Hey, he needs to shoot you a DM of that.
Yeah, shoot me a DM of that link of the link with the white stars so I can get that to Joey. Why can't he just DM it to Joey? Joe Wallman 5.
I wouldn't think about it. Yours is always down there at the bottom.
That's true, and a lot more people follow me than Shawn or Higgy. So I didn't say you. Don't be flipping me. Okay, a lot more people follow me than all three of y'all combined. How about that, hoes?
Hey, I'm up to like 650.
Let's get it. So, all right. So we got off track for a little bit, but let's hop back on football. Bowl game yesterday. We won it in convincing fashion, I believe, 24-7. Jahar Jordan, offensive MVP. Monty Montgomery, defensive MVP. It was. I had somebody ask me earlier. One of the coaches asked me what I thought about the game, and I was like, "Well, you didn't really expect much going in because a lot of their players had opted out. A lot of our players, heck, our coach opted out. So." You didn't really think too much. You didn't have a lot of expectations. I didn't anyway. But we won it convincingly. Dion did a fantastic job keeping those guys focused and locked in on the prize. I told him that this morning. I asked him straight up. Y'all asked me to ask him, are you returning? He just simply wrote back, that's the plan. Which, okay, that means maybe I am and maybe I'm not. But he said that was the plan.
God dang.
He did a great job. What?
Bubba Ray taking shots at me.
I'm not even down. Okay, let's get caught up.
God.
Jason Baker says Brady's getting rolled up by the Bengals. You love to see it. Say it, Jeremy. No, I'm not gonna say it.
No.
Just sent you the link on Twitter. Here we go. Really gonna need. Oh my God, Joey's follow equals Higgy's weight. That's nice. Going to really need another quarterback than Dolman. Yeah, well, we got Pierce Clarkson, brother, and we got somebody else coming in too. So, yes, Weezy, I did see that where the video where at the end of it, the guy said F Satterfield. That was dope. And Eric Gaddis says, yeah, I agree. We're definitely going to need to grab a portal quarterback, and that's what I'm hearing that we're doing. So, but other things that happened yesterday, on Bowl Day, Triple H retweeted ESPN and was like, it's like I'm looking in the mirror, even though they don't look anything alike to me. I
seen some similarities.
Yeah, I mean, they both have a shaved head, a shaved
and they're
head.
both white.
But anyway, he still retweeted it, so that made it pretty cool. Again, with Ivy, I'm not really sure what's going on with him. I don't know if it will be kept. I don't have a prediction either, because like I said at the beginning of this, when Satterfield left, I was told all of Satterfield's guys were getting out of here. So I guess it remains to be seen. You know, parents can make a difference, players can make a difference. We'll be close to be playing in the playoffs next year. I like it. Yeah, Rito says seeing Sat's face. I call him Shat. Seeing Shat's face on the screen during the bowl game made me gag. The dude was so excited about his two recruits that were there.
Oh, he talked. I talked to two recruits.
So hype about that. Let's go. So it looks like the last chapter of the Shatterfield book has been written. It's done. We can move on. There's no need for us to ever say his name again. Is Caleb Johnson still in the mix? Evan Conley was listed as the backup for the bowl game yesterday, so I don't know. Ransdale family, the Cincinnati Bear Sats. No, they're the Bear Shats as far as I'm concerned. Honky muted it when Sat came on. He wasn't listening to that trash. Well, there you go. Yeah, it made me sad. I didn't understand why they did that to us. We should not have had to see Satterfield.
We did get to see Brom though. So
yeah, we did. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. Caleb Johnson, I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, I said a couple of months ago I felt like he would end up transferring.
Now he said that he did
reconfirm that he would be here next year. So I bet Shat doesn't renew the rivalry. I hope he may not. Recruiting wise, had a big recruiting weekend this weekend, Shawn. Kind of putting you on the spot here, but you are our recruiting team lead. You lead a lot of stuff at the website, actually, mostly because Higgy won't do anything to help you out. But sorry, I had to throw that shot in there. Actually, I also had a couple of commitments today. Do you want to tell us about those? Well, actually, I've got the commitments. The 2 commitments, I got that wrote down.
Yeah.
On here. But as far as the recruiting class, had a lot of people here. Can you tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah, we had pretty much most everybody in our 2023 class, with the exception of, well, I heard that Jamari Johnson did make it in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Mr. DeAndre Moore did. I believe he was elsewhere.
Yeah, he was busy in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, of course. But everybody else made it in. I would say you're likely not going to lose anybody that we don't want to lose, with the exception of DeAndre Moore. That's the only one that looks kind of. And Jamar Johnson, even though he did make it in, he did visit Oregon, I believe, as well. So that's gonna be a tight race. Hopefully,
I think we end up with DeAndre Moore myself. I don't have anything I didn't get any special info on that one.
I mean, he could always come in on his own at some point next week. Oh, I know.
Right.
So, but in the end, the class is going to be really, really good. It's, even though we lost Ruben Owens, we don't really need him.
Don't say that.
I don't think
that sounds like sauerkraut.
No, he's great. I would take him in a heartbeat.
Would you?
He'd take all of him.
Yeah. But no,
son of a bee.
Ruben Owens, though, it was still a big loss, but with the guys we got still in the fold, Jawar, Maurice Turner showed out yesterday, and then you got the kid from Purdue. I can't think of his name right now.
No, his background.
Oh my God.
Now I'm in the whorehouse.
Oh no.
Ew.
Oh no. God forgive us. But
I didn't ask for forgiveness.
Unbelievable.
I will say this. We as I said, we did get 2 commitments. We picked up the commitment of Penn State defensive end Rodney McGraw, 6'5", 270. Defensive end, 3 years of eligibility left. Originally had offers from Michigan, Michigan State, and Indiana. And we also brought somebody back home that Sat ran off. And Sat did a lot of that. Sat did a lot of running people off that ended up Sat ran Ricky Barber Jr. off twice, and the dude's all conference, both places he's played at.
He tried to run off Selah Brown.
Tried to run it off Selah. Let's get back to where we were at. Deja vu, says James. Tuck a buck, Joey. What the heck is going on? Cannot believe you all. Stanford defensive end and Trinity alum DeAndre Heron Jr. also committed.
Actually, it's Stephon.
That's what I said. Oh, no, that's not what. Who's DeAndre? Oh, that's the kid that played for IU. He can't spell. 6'3", 240 pounds. He had.
I can spell.
Oh, okay. Why did you spell Pittsburgh without an H in the rapid fire?
But I didn't spell Stefan wrong.
No, DeAndre played for us. He played for IU than us. Anyway, Stephon Herron Jr., thank you for correcting me there. Slap nuts. 6'3", 240-pound defensive end. 5.5 sacks, 47 tackles, 4-star defensive end in the 2019 class. He's got 1 or 2 years of eligibility left, and I wouldn't be shocked if we had another pop while we were doing the show. Let's get to the text line. We got some people laughing at y'all. Is more coming? I think he still ends up here. Called a hunch. James says deja vu. Steve laughs, says yes. Ruben Owens probably was never coming. Fabian, I don't know. Vildeville says, watching that state championship game and hearing how Moore and Clarkson played together since 5th grade and being best friends, I just feel like they aren't going to break that up. Make it rain. I'm sick of Texas. I hope they choke. Me too. I hate Texas now. As the commentator said, we still have scraps at running back that are really, really good. Okay. Easy Mac wants to know, what do we think about the D-line commits and how they will be used in addition to our current D-linemen? Our room is deep at defensive end. I think they're going to be pretty good. I would say the Penn State, I'm more so excited about him just because he'll be here longer. But I think so far the commits have been good. Rito says, Brown bringing all the native kids back home. Who wore 18 on defense yesterday with no last name on the jersey? That's Brownlee, right? Is Brownlee 18?
No, he's 12.
12.
If somebody must have said it, because they had a lot of people wearing different numbers because their jerseys were getting ripped or whatever.
Oh, okay. So we don't know. Sorry. That's the answer, Steve. We don't know. Jesus, Joey. Now he's in a. Oh, my God. Get that off the screen. This is a family program. People wonder why it takes years off my life running this show, because I've got people that try to log in. I like that one. They try to log into the show 1 minute while the intro's on and then get mad at me because I didn't let them on. And you got other people who put stripper poles in their background. What about the Bullet East quarterback? That'd be a nice one to take a look at. I don't know that we have or are going to, but I think I might. It's almost like this show. I feel like I'm running a daycare at times. Not all the time. Not all the time. Sometimes. Well, we should just ask Joey. Joey is on the field at the Wasabi Fenway Bowl right now. Joey. I'm thinking Popeye Williams, maybe. It was his position, but he was 19 during the year. Looks like wings on Joe. You know what? Was that nice lady a firefighter?
Yes, she was.
Steven says, let's get that PRP receiver that committed to UK. Look, these next couple weeks are going to be full of commit. Signing days when, Shawn?
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, early signing day. Rito, you brought up the next point I wanted to talk about before we moved on to basketball.
Actually, I think Rito, that's actually, I heard somebody say it was Nebraska.
Yeah, it's Nebraska, not Wisconsin.
Did you just call him Weedo?
Yes.
Okay, first off, we knew what he was talking about, so you don't have to correct him. So who's left for Brown to recruit quarterback-wise?
O'Leary, Armstrong.
His name is not O'Leary,
it's Leary.
slap ass. It's Leary.
He don't misspell stuff.
No.
Jeez.
I'm leery anytime Higgy tries to pronounce a name.
Rito, no, I apologize. Higgy, first off, Higgy should not have tried to correct you anyway. Okay, Joey's muted himself because he's talking to worker.
I'm still working.
That must be a nice job to where you could just sit there and be on a show.
That would be nice.
And just talk stuff to people in the back. Hey, get to work. First off, Higgy should not be trying to correct nobody anyway. Higgy, you owe him an apology. And you called him Weedo because you can't talk worth 2 pisses.
Weedo. Oh, that one should be saved.
Did you do that on purpose?
No,
he started that's his problem. He starts talking too fast, and then everything sounds like this.
So
Dinner without the egg.
Why didn't you come today with some of those sandwiches?
You know what?
that came from church, so I had God's word in my mouth. Before I came.
Like this never gets old.
I don't know. I know. Shit is gone there.
Welch says, "Is this a preschool?" Sometimes it feels, but look, that's why we like doing. We don't want to be the serious people that you hear, that try to, that are on not 93.9 on that other station that try to make things be so serious. We just like to sit around and have fun. It is what it is. Cool guy Don says Kenny Payne won those games. He sure did. Bubba says Shitticus. Robbie says, isn't Brom first 93.9? Bill wins. Oh yeah, it is. I don't know that it's 93.9, but the coach's show. It may be airing on 93.
It is. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, his first show it's from Roosters and Fern Creek on Wednesday. So get out there if you can. Apologize. I'm not moving along on the show until you apologize to him for correcting him when you don't know the difference between Pittsburgh with a G or with the H or without an A.
I'm sorry, Corrito.
God dang right, you're sorry.
He was smart. He went with the whole name.
Yes, yeah. Made it kind of like he was a parent or something. Corrito, you get in the corner. All right. But no, it was Nebraska. Who's left for Braun to recruit quarterback-wise? The rumor, and this is what I was alluding to when we started the show, the rumor is we've already got our quarterback. He's playing in a bowl these next few weeks, and then he will be coming to Louisville. Now, I'm not going to speculate on it because the last thing I need is another thread on one of the douche message boards that says, Jeremy Wyman said, no. I always make sure I say the rumor is or what I'm hearing is. So it is what it is. But the rumor is he's playing a bowl game and he's not able to join us just yet. So let's see. Let's catch up. Easy Mac wants
Yes, God.
No, it's not. It's not that week.
They'll get you banned.
Yeah, we'll get you banned. So does Chubba Purdy stay in Nebraska now with the Sims commit? That kid's going to be everywhere. Easy Mac, what do you know about the defensive scheme and how do you think certain players? Look, that's the beautiful thing. Right now, I don't know anything about any of this. Like, we don't even know all the coaches yet. We definitely don't know all the players, so it's kind of hard to give opinions on. I won't be like everybody else that tries to just blow smoke up. Oh, it's going to be great. I don't know. I honestly don't know yet. I was wanting the Clemson quarterback, and that was the word with with Scott still having the job was that DJ Ungalale, I got it right, Ungalale, maybe a Cardinal, and then he got fired, and the talks stopped. So how did the recruiting weekend go? It went really well. Scuba Steve said he ran a 4.25 at Purdue. Oh, okay. The recruiting weekends went really well. 2 commits so far. People are saying there will be a few more today or tomorrow. So who knows? Cool guy Don. Chances we keep Ivy. Maybe I did already speak on it. I don't know because, like I said earlier in the show, when I asked which coaches are staying, which ones are leaving, I was told Pete was staying, everybody else was going. But for the last 4 or 5 days, maybe even longer, there has been a movement on social media to keep Mark Ivy. And it doesn't help when Triple H mentions you in comments and then everybody piggybacks off that and says, see, even Triple H likes Mark Ivy. You got to keep him.
Not to mention your defense that I believe he was calling had maybe their best game of the season outside of Wake Forest.
Absolutely. Bram ran a 4.25 defense at Purdue. Okay. Easy Mac getting DJ would have been worth it to get Mateo for sure, but I think that ship is sailed. I think those guys are going to go to UCLA, unfortunately. Rito says the recruiting pictures look bad A on Cardinal. It did. The changes that we've made to our recruiting approaches the last couple of years have been phenomenal. Chances we get Dorian back. I haven't heard anything on that either, but I imagine if he talks to Brom and Brom wants him, he'll be coming back. Bubba wants to know if Robbins is coming home I know the only thing I know is that he did not want to stay at UNLV, and now with Bobby announcing that he's going there, there's no chance he stays there. I mean, he could come home. I don't really know though. Scuba Steve, a lot of parents say they like Ivy also. I know Bubba's been putting it out there too to keep Ivy, and people have been attacking him for it, which I don't. I love it when people attack him. Mateo just got a prediction to USC. Okay, well DJ I think is going to be at UCLA. So, or maybe who knows? I don't know. I don't know his family. All I know is that a lot of people were saying that he would end up on the West Coast. Do you think guys are hopping in the portal, coming back for more money? Yeah, they could be. Absolutely. I do know, I won't say any names, but I do know. Did I tell you that story? I did, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay. I do know that I do know of that happening. So I do know for a fact that happened at some point with one of our guys. So bring it, haters. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's hop into basketball really, really quick before we get the show done and over, and then I'll let y'all know what the the schedule is for this show for the rest of the year. Basketball won 2 in a row. We got two games coming up this week. Lipscomb and NC State. Those are both. I think we could beat Lipscomb. NC State. The only thing that worries me is that Isaiah Miranda will be on the court when we face them next week.
I ain't worried about him necessarily.
Oh, I am. When I'm not that type of person that when a player I want it really badly.
It's not that. It's just he's coming in the middle of the season.
Well, that's true. that is true. But we don't even know. Did he play yesterday in their basketball game? He was eligible to play as of yesterday.
I don't know.
Higgy, don't turn your back to us. Will you look up and see if Miranda had any stats in NC State's game yesterday?
What is he doing?
He's on DoorDash.
I got to roll out, fellas.
All right. Joey in the house. He's out the house now. Later. I guess he actually had to get to work. He's going to flip me off. No, he didn't. Good. Excited to see who KP gets in the portal. Western Kentucky. The Western Kentucky quarterback did that. Did Higgy email you all those questions you're supposed to ask people last week? No, he didn't. Eric says, rumor is Sam Hartman is transferring after their bowl. Awesome quarterback had a meltdown. Wonder if he'd be an option. Look, I said the guy I heard of had a bowl game to play. Is it Sam Hartman? Is it not Sam Hartman? Could Jeff Brom do wonders with a kid like that? Yes, yes, and yes. That's all I'm going to say. Hop in the portal for more money. Yeah. Again, and who can blame? I mean, that's their right to do that. With the NIL and the portal, renegotiate. It is what it is. Somebody needs to mute their mic. Got a lot of extra stuff going on in the back. That was Joey. He was at work. Bradley. Can you pay one of those games? Changing their mind with hard work. We just need to get a win to get it going. I want to kick NC State's butt just for Isaiah Miranda just because.
Miranda did not play.
He did not play. And I told, honestly, and I could be wrong on this, but I told Steve the other day, I said, these people are asking why Isaiah didn't come here. And I told Steve, I don't think he plays a minute. I think he's Shaden Sharp's NC State and just doesn't play. Just there to work, which we could have used him here for that. He would have definitely helped our bigs get bigger. But let's talk about that though. Cool guy Don, Kenny Payne won those games. Let's start at the bottom. He's changing their minds with hard work. The thing that's changed, oddly enough, okay. So I talk a lot. Y'all know I don't have to flex or pat myself on the back. I talk to the guys up there a lot, the coaches, the players. Nothing has changed fundamentally or on the cosmetically, nothing's changed except for their shots have started to fall. And sometimes in basketball, that's all you need is for shots to start falling like they did against Western to give you the confidence. And these kids are so fragile that they just need the confidence. And that's been the difference. It's not done. That's not to discredit Kenny in any way. He's been telling us these kids just aren't confident enough. They need to get their confidence. And that's what's happened. So that's been the big difference. Has just been these kids are hitting shots, they're having fun, and it is what it is. I want McKnight from Western Kentucky next year. Would Jeff bring a quarterback? He's don't they have a quarterback commit?
I don't know. I know they got that one kid. They
I believe he does. And
redshirted. Brady Allen, I think is his name. But
says Baby Patino is putting it on Daddy right now. Okay. Andrew Mudd, can we get a hint on who will transfer in? I just gave you a hint. Will Johnson flip to us if their coach gets fired? It's a possibility. Look, I have been trying to work on getting that answer for a few weeks now. I've got a lot of other answers. I can tell you that Louisville basketball was in the house in Fort Myers, Florida, to watch Carter Knox this past week, and a couple of other guys. But the thing I'm having the most trouble getting confirmed are AJ Johnson and if we're going to have anybody transfer in and be eligible for the second semester. I just cannot get an answer on that. So
I was going to say Brom does have a quarterback commit in his 23 class at Purdue. It's 6'4" Ryan Brown from Milford Academy up in New York. He's a 4-star quarterback.
Ryan who?
Ryan Brown.
Okay, you said Ryan Brom.
Yeah, Brom or Braun.
Okay. I'd be okay with that. I think we get an established guy, a grad transfer to come in. Maybe we get that. I mean, can you imagine? And okay, I see what you meant, Andrew. I don't know other than I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you either. Fabian says I don't think Texas basketball fires their coach. Well, if they don't, then I don't see why anybody would want to send their kid there. But I've been working on all this stuff for you all, and I'm just not getting any answers back on some of it. And I don't want to push it. That was not Brown, Bubba says. Okay, will Doman be here? I think. I don't know. Again, a lot of these questions y'all are asking me, I could answer a lot better here in a month because all this change is happening right now. I could tell y'all, yeah, Brock Doman will be here. And then next week, Georgia Tech offers them to come start there. I mean, not likely, but so I don't want to be like the other people who just tell people stuff to get them excited or to get them aggravated or to get them to blow up. I don't know. I'm going to tell you, if I don't know it, I'm going to tell you I don't know it. But I think AJ Johnson flips if the coach does. My only worry is that he was right when they said that he was a Louisville lock. Second place was the G League, and then Texas dropped the bag on him. Told him that we were gonna be banned, and he signed with them over us. So my only worry would be that he goes to the G League instead of Louisville. But I wouldn't be shocked if either outcome. Let's see. So again, we won 2 in a row. We got 2 games where we should be competitive in them at least before the big backside slapping we're going to take here in a few weeks. Mm-hmm. Sidney Curry back. It looks like he's back. It looks like he's a lot more confident. He looks a little bit more trimmer, a little leaner. And I can tell you just from my experience with trying to lose weight, you do get more energy as the pounds drop, and it looks like he is picking back up to his late season form. Happy birthday to L. Ellis. Again, we got Lipscomb and NC State this week. So we got a lot of stuff going on. AJ can make more at the Ville. I don't disagree with you. Kenny needs to drop a bag on some of these guys. Well, now that that's another thing that where it's so simple to me and it's so difficult for everybody else, we can start doing stuff like that now. But we couldn't do it with that cloud. We couldn't do it until after the judgment had come down. So we should be good to be able to go out there and get our transfer class coming in this year. Our 2020, what would the next class be?
2024. Because this is 23. A.J. Johnson's part of 23 class. Isaiah Miranda's part of 2023 class, but reclass.
But AJ wouldn't have played this year.
No.
Okay. So the 23 class is going to have 4 or 5 transfers in it. And there are going to be some top-notch transfers. And it's going to be because we're able to start finally going out there and doing what y'all wanted to do all along. Rapid fire wasn't very long. Thanks to Higgy. The Cards beat the Louisville women's basketball team, took down Pittsburgh 77-53. Haley Van Lith had 20 points. Olivia Cochran had 11 and 13. Up next, we're at DePaul on Wednesday and home versus Syracuse. It doesn't say the day, but we have them later on in the week. Thanks for the great rapid fire. And then Claire Chazé, Aiko Jones, and Anna Beer. All named. It's Anna Beer. But again, I love reading his rapid fire because he does not double check it for Anna Beer, all named to the first team all NCAA tournament team. Let's see. I agree. I don't think Miranda plays this year. I think he pulls a sharp also. No Foster flip. No, Andrew, that's been done with for a month.
Yeah, about
a month. That's been over with for about a month. So he finally signed. The dude signed on a Tuesday and then came to our game Wednesday night with Master P and the kids. Whew. Anthony Easton wants to know any interest in the Goodwin kid. I'm glad you brought that up because what I've been told, dude showed up for his meetings with our coaching staff in a Kentucky sweatsuit. Logo showing it everywhere, and it wasn't received very well.
So, that's a good sign because if it had been Satterfield, he would be like, "Oh, that's no problem."
Okie dokie karaoke, come on in, an artichoke. No. So I think if we want him, he's ours, but he just seems to be a lot. And again, I don't know, the kid may be a fantastic person, may have just had a horrible situation. I mean, he was with Stoop, so yeah, absolutely was in a horrible situation. But short answer is this: yes, I think there's interest. We'll have to see if they are
uneffing believable.
That's for you, Corey. Absolutely, we can get him some better threads. Who was the former Kentucky player that came in? Oh, Bam.
Oh my God, yeah.
And we made him turn. He came in wearing Kentucky stuff. And we made him turn his shirt inside out. Dum dum dum. Andrew says, "Nah, don't wear that bull crap here. I'm not a fan of Goodwins. We don't need them." Okay, well, Fabian has spoken, and we don't need to worry about anything else because Fabian has talked. So we are done. Let me scroll over here. Make sure you go and check out our photo galleries at cardinalsportszone.com. JK, TJ, and Jeff are some of the very best. Like, there's probably about 5 people that I would vouch for to take photos of sports. I know that means nothing to any of them, but I've got before I even knew them, 3 of them are on my staff, and I'm very happy and proud of that. And make sure you go check out all their photo galleries. We have a photo gallery tab. Check them all out. Great pictures. Shout out to all of our fine sponsors: Fitness Market, Shack in the Back Barbecue, 4-Peg Smokehouse and Bar, Derby City Lawn and Landscaping, and we are working on more. We will be happy to reveal those to you. Got a couple that should start off in February that I'm excited to tell you all about. If you'd like to sponsor the show, it's very easy. DM me for a sponsorship package, and I will send it to you. Again, if you want to follow the show, follow the website on social media. You can find that right underneath Shawn's unkempt beard and microphone. All the places you can find us are there, including YouTube. Make sure you hit the like button as you're watching this. I don't know what that does, but I appreciate it. I just hear everybody else say that in their videos. Hit the like button. Make sure you shout us out on your other social media too. You can find speaking of the podcast, you can find it on all the podcast avenues, over 125 in all: Apple, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google, Amazon, and iHeart. Hit subscribe, hit follow, hit stalk, hit whatever you had to do to make sure those get downloaded to your account immediately if you can't catch us live. If you haven't listened to all the episodes of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, go back, check them all out. CardinalSportsZone.com, the place it all began. Hit the podcast tab, hit the drop-down menu, hit CSZ Podcast. You can check them all out there. You can also check out some of our older episodes under Live with 55 and a couple of other ones. I don't remember what all of them were named. Shout out to everybody who's out there sharing the podcast. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. If you like what we do here, you're also going to like what they do over on ESPN 93.9. It's our guys, Marcus Maven and Steve Rummage, doing the Lord's work Monday through Friday when Steve's not in Orlando on ESPN 93.9 The Ville from 10 to noon. Check them out. Shawn, any last words before I talk about my last words for this one? Not forever. Like, I'm not going to kill you as you walk out, but your last words for this week.
I fully expect us to go 2-0 next week in basketball because I'm seeing I see improvement. Even though supposedly mentality hasn't changed, I saw something yesterday that was growth, and that is that team tried to make a comeback and we stopped them. We put a stop to it. Same with Western. They tried to make a comeback. We stopped them. We didn't hit that many shots against Fort A&M. It was our defense.
No, I meant against Western Kentucky.
Western,
it was just like it was like a funhouse basketball hoop. It was just like.
Well, the funny thing is a lot of our shots yesterday, even though it was a lot of short shot, like especially JJ, he had a couple. He hit the front of rim. I was like, what's going on?
We tried to murk a bunch of people with dunks yesterday and did not cash in on any of them.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know. That's somebody brought that up on the chat line. Mr. Withers, his dunk attempt. But other than that,
Sydney also tried to kill somebody.
2-0. Yeah, he tried to. He's getting there. He's going to dunk on somebody this year. It's going to happen. But we're going to go 2-0 next week. So let's enjoy that. Volleyball team, thank you for the run. It was fun to watch. I did get to watch quite a bit of it. Not all of it, but quite a bit. It's an amazing sport. I didn't realize how fun it really is.
I'll have to take you to a couple games next year.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying to take my niece eventually, see if she likes it. I think she might like it.
Yeah, I'm not paying for her. I'll pay for you, though.
I'll pay for her.
Okay, then you can pay for me, too.
But other than that, just everybody just enjoy the ride. We're going to.
I wish, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I really wish you could enjoy the ride. Higgy, what about you? Any last words?
Everybody have a safe and Merry Christmas, and we'll see you all in the new year.
And speaking of the new year, I wanted to address that. I don't know how many of y'all want to listen to a show the day after Christmas. So this is unless something big happens. We normally go every Sunday at 7 p.m. We will not be going next Sunday at 7 p.m., but we probably will have some sort of an update show between now and December 31st because there's going to be some coaches announced, some players announced. We want to make sure we're still able to deliver the information to you all as far as that's concerned. We still have the bonus episode with Earl Clark and Mike Rutherford coming up before the end of the year. But as far as our regular shows, this is probably our last regular show of the season. We're all going to take a much and well-deserved break. Let's get to the chat line before I play that fire outro as Yoda tells me to do every week. Fabian said he's not a fan of Goodwin, to which about 100 people are like FBBN. Fabian's like, I don't mean it like that, but I think it doesn't matter. Anthony says he couldn't get clock on that below par line, so you might have work ethic issues. Oh, Average Honky said, did Goodwin even play it down? I don't know. Hey, Withers made a ESPN top 10 last night for getting his dunk attempt blocked, whatever. James Gartland is going to sponsor our show starting in mid-January, so that's a good thing. I did send him the package the sponsorship package, not any other kind of package. No suspicious package, FBI. Steve says, good one is starting. I don't know what you meant to say. No offensive line. Okay, gotcha. Jeff Left is laughing. Look, my guy Yoda told me to throw that fire outro on, so that's what I'm going to do. We want to thank you all again. There is no us without you all. You make this show what it is every week, and we strive to be the very best for you all. So thanks again for all the support. Thanks for the love. We love y'all back. Until next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast. This has been the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast. Which one do you like better? The second one? I do too. You too, Cardinal. Have a happy holidays, James. Appreciate you. Great show. Look, that outro is fire because of you, Yoda. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all y'all. Thank you. Like I say it, I know y'all think I'm fake humble like my boy Marcus. Just kidding. But it truly moves me that so many of y'all love what we do. So, well, it's mostly me, but Merry Christmas. Be safe and go Cards. Were you flashing your lights, Higgy? I liked it.
So your house is haunted now?
I like it. And the pup.
Oh, okay.
Merry Christmas, y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Squad, Master Yoda, Cardon, Rito, Average Honky, JB, Bill DeVille. I might just let this run till the whole song goes. Shout out to everybody. Steve, all the Steves, about 72 Steves.
All the Steves.
Corey, James, Jeff left.
Did Jeff actually leave?
Hey, it's out. We're done.